The biggest pets in the world. Pets can brighten up our soul by just existing. Some of them are incredibly tender because of their small size, while others can make our jaws drop with their massive dimensions. There's no retouching or Photoshop here. Are you ready to meet them?
Yes!
Bandit. This cute pet holds the title of the fattest raccoon in the world, recognized by the well-known Guinness World Records, which also makes it the biggest. However, contrary to what many of you think, its excessive weight is not due to the amount of food it eats, but to a thyroid problem. Its maximum weight was 75 pounds in 2004, the year in which he died. Joris Gijsber's goldfish. The goldfish is one of the most common pets around, but did you know that depending on its diet and the temperature of the water it's exposed to, it can grow enormous? A great example is the Joris Gijsber's goldfish, which measures no more and no less than 18.7 inches from the snout to the end of the tail. Poor Joris must have had problems when finding a suitable fish tank for his pet. Although not much is known about this peculiar little friend, it made history when on Monday, March 24, 2003, it got the title of the biggest fish in the world by the Guinness World Records. Gibson. This dog was quite a celebrity in the United States, managing to appear in several TV shows and publishing a book called Gibson Speaks. He was so loved that he was a representative for an artificial turf company, Forever Lawn. This Great Dane measured 42.2 inches tall up to the shoulder and more than 84 inches when standing on its hind legs. He didn't only dedicate to enjoy his fame, he also spent his free time playing basketball and being a great therapy dog. Unfortunately, in 2009, at age 7, he died due to a type of bone cancer called osteosarcoma, which can affect cats, dogs, and humans. The company of which he was a representative for, Forever Lawn, decided to choose Brewster, Gibson's son, as his successor. Apparently, everything remains in the family. Jeff. This moment had to come. Finally, the great Darius was overthrown from his position as the largest rabbit in the world by his own son, Jeff, who is 53 inches long. Its owner is Annette Edwards, who also owns Jeff's father, Darius, and sister, the small Enya, who is also huge. Apparently, if she continues to grow, she could even dethrone her brother as the largest rabbit in the world. Do you want to know the secret behind Annette's massive rabbits? As it turns out, the diet of their big rabbits includes organic hay, carrots, sunflower seeds, barley, and broccoli stems. So you know, if you want to gain more height, go eat more broccoli. In total, Annette has 10 rabbits, which she trains, cares for, and feeds at her home in Bromsgrove, Worcestershire. Having so many pets is not easy or cheap, since she spends approximately $6,500 per year on them. Do you love your pet so much to spend as much? Think about it. Big Jake. Big Jake is currently officially recognized as the tallest horse in the world by the Guinness World Records. It was measured on January 19, 2010. The day he was registered, he was 82.75 inches tall. Would you ride a horse this big? His lucky owner, Jerry Gilbert, bought Big Jake at age 3, a somewhat advanced age, and he was surprised to realize that his steed was still growing. Big Jake surprised with his size since the day he was born, when he was registered with a weight of 240 pounds. When it finally became known thanks to its Guinness record, the imposing horse started receiving visits from many people who came from different parts of the world just to witness its enormous size. Finally, it's important to clarify that Big Jake never had any special diet that would help it increase its size. It ate 2 buckets of grains and a hay bale daily. Arcturus Aldebaran Powers. Will and Lauren Powers adopted an F2 Savannah whom they named Arcturus. At just 2 months old, he was taken to his home in Farmington Hills, Michigan, without imagining that on November 3, 2016, he would be registered as the biggest domestic cat in the world in the Guinness World Records, with an impressive official measurement of 19.05 inches. But this giant pussycat didn't stop after its rise to fame, as it took advantage of its new title and became the ambassador for Ferndale Cat Shelter, a shelter that is dedicated to improving the lives of cats and looking for new homes. Believe it or not, the way Arcturus raises money is very simple. Many people visit it just to be able to take a picture. You may think this doesn't bring home a lot, but you'd be surprised to know it managed to raise $3,040. Unfortunately, at 2 years old, both Arcturus and its loyal friend Cygnus were trapped by a large fire in their house on November 12, 2017. Their owners sought them tirelessly during the fire, but when they did not find them, they had to step out, not before leaving some doors and windows open. They had hope that their pets would have escaped in time. However, months later, they said they were sure that both cats died due to smoke inhalation. Sammy. Sammy is not only known for being the pet of the famous former San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick, but also because it's truly a gigantic turtle. It is considered a member of the family. It's been with them since Colin was only 10 years old. Back then, the turtle fit perfectly in the palm of his hand. Amazing, don't you think? Especially because after 15 years, the great Sammy weighs 115 pounds. As is to be expected, Colin is somewhat busy with his sports career. In that case, who's responsible for the giant turtle? It was adopted by Colin's parents, Sammy's grandparents. Gypsy. Michael Jackson was known for having a lot of pets, but his elephants were perhaps the height of his eccentricity. He had a notable special relation with Gypsy from the first moment, a 5,000-pound elephant that Elizabeth Taylor gifted him to thank him for paying for her wedding with Larry Fortensky, valued in more than $1 million and celebrated in the famous Neverland Ranch. The video in which the King of Pop sees his immense pet for the first time is famous. He was a little scared when feeding Gypsy. I mean, who wouldn't be? Seconds later, he got more confident and gave her unpeeled bananas. The pet was left wanting and even proved to be a good girl by lifting her leg. We still don't know whatever happened to Michael's pet. Another elephant of the King of Pop, Ollie, was taken to a zoo in Florida after the closing of Neverland. After an incident happened, it escaped from its cage at the zoo. How? Well, it slipped through a door that someone accidentally left open. Happily, no visitor was injured. Zeus. Undoubtedly, this Great Dane turns heads when he is taken out for a walk because he is 44 inches long and 155 pounds heavy. It's almost the size of a small donkey. It wouldn't be strange if at some point in its life some naughty child tried to ride it. This huge dog lived in the United States with its owners Kevin and Denise Dorlag, with whom he was very affectionate. Every time it saw them, it stood up joyously on its two hind legs, reaching an intimidating height of 88 inches. Zeus's diet was as impressive as he was. It consisted of 12 cups of food a day, which is equivalent to 30 pounds of dog food. Zeus made history on Tuesday, October 4, 2011, when it won the title of the largest dog in the world, awarded by the Guinness Book of Records, surpassing Giant George. He passed away on September 3, 2014, at 5 years old. Gary. Most people are afraid of rodents, but don't worry, this'll be the most adorable and biggest one you've ever seen. Gary is so monumental that he is about the size of a Labrador Retriever and weighs 122 pounds. Its owners are Melanie Topaldos and Richard Loveman, a couple living in Texas, United States. As their former owner could no longer take care of Gary, they decided to adopt the big rodent while they were on a relaxing vacation in Venezuela. They've done their best to give it a suitable place that fits its needs. That is why they decided to build a pool in which the great capybara could spend its time swimming. They have become so close to their furry pet that they even let it sleep next to them in bed. For them, having Gary is almost the same as owning a cat or a dog. It loves attention, it's smart, affectionate, and even delights its family with its tricks like turning around, standing up on its hind legs, or jumping on things. Gary lives next to the other pets of its owners, which includes a horse, rabbits, turtles, dogs, and a cat. Melanie is aware that almost nobody knows much about capybaras, so she takes Gary to local schools to help educate children about the animal world. Did any of these giants remind you of your own pet? If so, tell us more about them in the comments. Maybe they're bigger. Also, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share. Until next time!